Y'all know what day it is? Day number 11 in our countdown. 11. Are y'all ready to pick a stocking? Just gonna grab this one right here. Isn't it cute? It's got a little mail to Santa to the North Pole on it. Isn't that one cute? And it's sticking out the top. Wonder what it says. Wonder what it says. Oh, rulers. Perfect, because yesterday we had cutting mats. Okay, this one's talking about our rulers. Y'all, I did not plan this. I just picked up a stocking. 12 by 6 inch, which is one I use all the time. It's actually 6.5 by 12. I've got a lot of these Omni-Grid rulers. These orange ones are Omni-Grid. This one doesn't say it, but it is. This is 6.5 by 12. I use it almost all the time. The other one I use a lot is my 6 by 24, and this one does say Omni-Grid on it. This is another 6 by 24 that's just a generic brand. And somebody told me one time you need to double check your measurements on these rulers because they can be slightly off. And I never thought about that, but I guess they could be. But these seem to match up. These two match up perfectly. Then I've got this one right here. It's a 3 by 18. And I've got all these little, oh, turn y'all over because y'all are sitting on one of them. I've got these. This is a 6 by 6. And it's a generic as well. It's just pink. I've got fussy cut rulers. I've got all kinds of rulers, y'all. I've got a whole set of these that are fussy cut rulers. And these are really nice because they've got your center point and they've got your seam allowance here on the outside, your 1/4 inch seam. I don't know if y'all can see that or not. Let me grab a piece of paper. Now maybe you can see the lines on it. See, it's got a center point right here, and then it's also marking your seam allowance so that if you're cutting out something, say a motif of some sort, and you know you need your block to be, this one happens to be 4.5 inches, then you can lay this down and center it and cut around it. These are so nice to have if you like to do a lot of fussy cutting. And I do a fair amount depending on what I'm making, right? Then you have your circle ruler, which I like this one too. Matter of fact, we're going to make some hexagons using this circle ruler in the next couple of days. We'll show y'all the quickest, easiest way to make a hexagon. Oh, and they turn out perfect every time. And they are so, so easy to do. They're kind of like yo-yos, but without all the in and out and in and out and the pulling of the string and all that. These are so easy to do using a circle. Okay? And you can make them all these different sizes. You can use this. You can cut with your small, I think it's 28 millimeter rotary cutter. Fits right in here and cuts right around there. This is super nice to have. I use it a lot. These two right here. If I could only have 2 rulers, I would go with these 2 right here. These 2 right here would be what I would go with, because this one you can cut half the width of your fabric, and this one you can cut a 1/4 width of your fabric, and you can cut it in your up to 6.5 inches. Okay, and then if you need to do more than that, you need to use the, I'm about to sneeze. Excuse me. You can use the grid on your cutting mat. For years, I only had this one ruler. This is the only one I had for many years, and I used it when I was in embroidery. I used it to find the center of my shirts. I used it to cut quilt pieces, I used it to cut everything. Matter of fact, this is the second one. I've had the other one. Something got spilled on the back of it. Acetone or something in the shop, and it took off a few of the lines, but you could still see it. But I did give it to a friend that couldn't afford a ruler. So, because it was still a good ruler and you could still see most of it. So anyway, those are what rulers that I use the most, and I'm sure there are a gazillion more rulers out there, and you all probably already know what they are. Here is a quarter circle ruler. I can get a hold of it. This one right here is a quarter circle. 4-inch, 6, 8, 10, and 12-inch circles, and these are a quarter of the circle. So you lay your fabric and you put your point right here, okay? And it's got lines here and here to show you. Let's get our piece of paper so y'all can see it. There, y'all can see that. I do not know where this came from. I have no idea. Absolutely no earthly idea where this ruler right here came from. So it's a quarter ruler. This other one is a half circle. And then these are great to use to square up your quilt blocks before you actually put your quilt together. These are really good for that. So these are just some different rulers. The ones that I had gotten the prices for are a 12 by 16 ruler that is around $18, give or take. A 6.5 by 24 is around $30. An 8.5 by 24 is around $30 to $35. Those prices came off of Amazon. So if you don't have rulers, if you have rulers but want more rulers, Amazon, Temu. I ordered some rulers off of Temu one time. You can get them different places. Of course, your local quilt shops will have really good rulers. Quilters Select, Quilters Choice. There's a ruler out there that your fabric will stay and you can turn the whole thing, and I don't know what they are. Easy Gripper, I don't know what they are, but they are really nice. My local quilt shop has them, and I just have not bought them because I've got all these other rulers already, and until I need to replace them, I just don't feel that I can afford to buy, just replace rulers that I already have, if that makes sense. Now, if there's one that I don't have that I need, then I may, go that route and try to get it. But for now, I'm just using what I got because that's what we do. Yes, it is. So, that's today's countdown to Christmas. Day number 11. This is December the 11th. This is my grandparents' anniversary, actually. I wanted to get married on the 11th, but it was on a Tuesday, the year I got married, and it just didn't work out. So we chose the 8th, which was the day after my birthday. I know, and a week before the mister's birthday. I know, we've got everything. We just did it all for December. So with that being said, y'all come back tomorrow for day number 12. That's halfway. We're halfway to Christmas. And I'll see y'all then.